The fate of Earth hung in the balance, but before Phil could even think about saving it, he had to attend the weekly Celestial staff meeting. He materialized in his seat inside the Grand Conference Chamber, a place that smelled like ozone and old parchment. The omniversal projection shimmered before him, showing a dizzying array of metrics for Planet 734b, also known as Earth. The director, a being of pure light, who only communicated in resonant chimes, opened the floor for updates. First up was the Department of Emotional Manipulation. Its head, a sharp-suited entity named Cathar, pointed to a graph where the red line for global outrage was spiking off the charts. "As you can see," Cathar purred, "we've shattered all previous records. Our algorithmic echo chambers and targeted misinformation campaigns are yielding a 300% return. The humans are more polarized, angrier, and more distrustful than at any point in their history. A resounding success." A murmur of approval rippled through the chamber. The Department of Petty Misfortunes nodded along, proud of their own contributions through strategic traffic jams and Wi-Fi outages. Next, the Karma Bureau took the floor. A stern woman named Matilda spoke with clipped efficiency. "Our primary focus remains on debt collection," she stated, tapping a thick book. "We are aggressively pursuing every minor karmic imbalance, every unreturned shopping cart, every borrowed stapler. We project a 15% increase in karmic repossessions by next quarter, mainly through minor inconveniences and unexplained itches." Phil listened, a cold knot tightening in his stomach. He watched the dashboard, outrage, anxiety, apathy, all glowing a triumphant crimson. The line for collective empathy was a flat, fading blue line at the very bottom. When the director chimed for final comments, Phil slowly raised his hand. All eyes turned to him. He was from the small, overlooked office of Nuanced Connections. "I have a suggestion," Phil began. He cleared his throat. "What if, instead of focusing on outrage and debt, we tried a small, targeted initiative to boost empathy?" The silence that followed was heavy enough to bend light. Cathar's smug grin vanished. Matilda dropped her ledger with a thud. "Empathy?" Cathar finally spat the word out like it was rotten fruit. "It's an unquantifiable variable, a drain on resources. Our models can't even process it." "Precisely," Matilda added. "It disrupts the clean economy of cause and effect. Forgive a debt with empathy, the very foundation of cosmic justice would crumble." The director chimed a single questioning note, which Phil interpreted as, "Elaborate, but make it quick." Phil took a deep breath. "I'm not suggesting we forgive all debts. Just, maybe we could introduce a grace period, or nudge a few people to listen instead of shout. A single moment of understanding can reroute an entire lifetime of animosity. It's not inefficient. It's preventative maintenance for the soul." The stares he received were pitying. He was a hopeless idealist in a universe run on cold, hard data. As the meeting was adjourned with a final dismissive chime, the other departments began filing out, already planning their next campaigns of calculated chaos. Phil remained seated, staring at the cursed dashboard. He watched Cathar and Matilda share a triumphant look. That was the final straw. Leaning forward, Phil placed his hands on the crystalline interface of his terminal. He wasn't a warrior, but he was a bureaucrat, and he knew his way around a system. He began to type, not with anger, but with quiet, determined focus. He input override codes he wasn't supposed to know, accessing the root command prompts. He wasn't deleting the red lines of outrage. He was simply inserting a new variable, a single gentle algorithm for unprompted kindness. He muttered under his breath, a quiet battle cry for the modern age. "Let's crash the dashboard." He initiated the program. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, on the massive screen, the flat, dying blue line of collective empathy flickered. It twitched. And then, in direct defiance of all predictive models, it jumped. Just a single, tiny, but undeniable blip upward. Alarms began to softly beep across the chamber. This story reminds us that your greatest power often lies not in a dramatic overthrow, but in the quiet, consistent refusal to participate in systems that thrive on cynicism and division. Every choice to extend grace, to listen deeply, or to offer kindness without expectation is an act of quiet rebellion that recalibrates the world. Some revolutions don't start with a bang, but with a quiet, subversive entry in a ledger. Some revolutions start with paperwork. So here's a question for you. What system are you quietly refusing to fuel today? Let us know in the comments below. This story was brought to you by Mythos and Metric Studios. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe for more inspirational and funny stories. Thanks for watching.